After an unforeseen plane crash, a group of young British refugees find themselves stranded on an uninhabited island during the middle of a devastating nuclear war. Quickly organizing themselves into a group with the aid of a conch shell, the symbolic object that signified the role of democracy throughout the struggle for power during the novel, the boys choose a leader. Immediately, two figures emerge as the dominant presences on the island. Ralph, who is elected chief, is an athletic, charismatic boy who sets out to bring order to the band of boys. He orchestrates the constant maintenance of a signal fire and begins to build huts for shelter. His adversary, Jack Meridew, is appointed head hunter and quickly organizes his choir boys into a hunting entourage. Jack devotes all of his time to the pleasure of chasing game and obtaining meat. He pays no attention to the long-term goals of his then chief. The status quo begins to turn in the direction of Jack with the discovery of a supposed beast that is living on the top of the island's highest peak. Jack provides a semblance of security by promising the beast's death. The group splits as Ralph emphasizes the importance of restoring the signal fire, and Jack promises the immediate incentive of meat and fun. Losing sight of the long-term goals that Ralph has in mind, a large part of the group heads off with Jack. The appearance and mannerisms of Jack's band begin to alter as they use face paint and begin to lose touch with all of their previously assumed civilities. Tensions escalate when Jack orchestrates a midnight raid of Ralph's camp to steal Piggy's glasses. These glasses being the only way of starting the signal fire, Ralph realizes that he must confront Jack's animalistic group at their fortress at Castle Rock. In the ensuing tension, Piggy is killed by a tumbling boulder, and Sam and Eric are captured, forcing Ralph to flee into the jungle in defeat. The conch is shattered in the process, symbolizing the final loss of democracy on the island. In his final, desperate attempts at survival, Ralph hides himself in the island's dense foliage. But he cannot escape Jack's band as they spread out across the small landscape to flush him out. In the ensuing chase, the island is set ablaze, attracting the attention of a nearby sea vessel. As the boys dash onto the beach in their murderous charge, they are stopped in their tracks by a British naval officer. After being returned to civilization, the boys attempt to forget the trauma of the island and rid themselves of the guilt over the unmentionable acts that they had taken part in. Most are able to recover a normal lifestyle and go on. A few of the boys are never able to revert back to being a functioning member of society and end up in jail or roaming the streets. By coincidence, both Jack and Ralph take up jobs in the Royal British Trading Company, a monstrous corporate entity that oversees the international trading affairs of Britain. Ralph, a natural bureaucrat and organized leader, rises quickly through the ranks. Jack, unorganized and impulsive, is plagued by demotions and reprimands. He finds himself demoted to the mailroom. Unbeknownst to both of them, this is one of the departments managed by Ralph, as he is the director of communications. Jack is preparing for his performance evaluation, which is being overseen by the director personally, since this is Jack's fourth transfer due to behavior. But he is unwittingly coming face to face with his nemesis.
Knock knock. Come in please. Sit down.
Oh thanks.
Now let me see here. Mr. Meridew is it? Odd name. You know why here. IVE. Taken a look at your file. ITS. Worthy of a low-level street thug. Excuse me Mr. Meridew. Are you listening to me? Why you look as if you've just seen a ghost.
What was your name again?
Radcliffe. Ralph Radcliffe, Director of Communications, and your superior. So I'd like to hear some courtesy from you, sir. There goes that expression again. I say Mr. Meridew, are you alright? Would you like some tea?
NNOSIR.
Very well. Back to your file. LETSC. 2 known instances of physical encounters. Once you knocked a fellow employee unconscious with a stapler. Pauses. Moving on. One case of attempted larceny on company property pauses. Why we still have you on the payroll is a mystery to me, to say the least. I truly understand why I was told to oversee your departmental transfer personally. Most recently, 3 knives were found in your employee locker, along with a pig skull. Pauses very odd. Looks off into foreground. How do you explain this?
Oh, I didn't. No. Sir.
Mr. Merdew, is it? While you're in my office, you will take off your hat. Common courtesy is paramount in my division, and that most certainly applies in my office. Mr. Merdew, are you listening to me? Mr. Merdew, it seems a brief explanation is in order. Mr. Merdew, there is a reason why I ascended the ranks of this gargantuan institution in 5 short years. Long-term goals. Sir, I've been commanding men since my first day here, and I have a God-given knack for discerning what purpose they are meant for. I understand the effect of every decision, whether it be immediate or 5 years hence. Why this department was in shambles when I took over, and you look at it now. Clockwork. I could lead this division to building makeshift huts if that's what I so pleased. And I swear on the greasy old King James that I will not have you be the meddlesome fly in my well-tuned machine. Do you hear me clearly, sir? And for God's sake, take off your cap.
Id, rather notsir. Bad cold. Cant risk it.
Mr. Merdew, you will find that when you enter my department, you enter my kingdom, and that means my word is law.
Reluctantly removes his hat.
That hair. I could recognize it in the dark. God knows it plagues my darkest dreams nightly. May I do, Jack? May I do? I never thought I'd see that devilish flame of hair again. Stands up. It's really, isn't it? I can see it in your eyes.
Goodbye, Ralph.
Stop right there, Jack. Do you really think you can walk out on me like that? With this record of yours? Lucky this company is so massive and poorly organized that you've been able to effectively slip through the bureaucratic cracks of actual punishment or dismissal on the streets. How you'll find a new definition of wilderness.
Pauses for a long moment before turning around, turns around quickly, pleading.
Ralph, please, you have to understand. Back on the island, I couldn't control myself. You don't know what it was like. All the fear, the anger, it just came bubbling up. It shot out of me. I saw red, Ralph. Red surrounded my vision. It was tunnel visionevery. Worry was amplified. My mind rattled with it. The hunt, Ralph. It was the only thing that seemed to matter. Everything else, bollocks. It held no meaning for me. I just wanted to go and hide in the hunt. It would protect me from the jungle, the heat, the bugs, the isolation.
You think I wasn't scared? You think the bugs didn't get to me? Those monstrous, hideous bugs. Those dismal creatures that ruled that island. The fear. You think it didn't crawl all over my skin? The animal parts of me. They were there constantly, rattling the cage of my mind, begging to be free. The animal parts of you are just hidden closer to the surface. Even in this society they are barely contained.
Points vaguely around him.
I can change, Ralph. The dreams. I've been working at them, and I can control them. Every night I see the pig, the mother pig, that sweet innocent bovine. But right before I stab her, right before I violate every figment of her reality, I can stop it. I can wake up. I can save her, if only ostensibly.
No one changes, Jack. They only get better at hiding it, their true colors. They learn better lies. You're mine now, Jack. May I do? You think you left the jungle when we were saved from that god-forsaken island 20 years ago. This is my jungle. Points around vaguely again, and here I am, chief. Bureaucracy, society, Formality. These are my spears and torches. I can burn you, Jackman, I do. Perhaps not with a reckoning fire, but with things much more substantial. The police. I have friends in high places. The law. I can bring it down upon you like a mighty hammer. Your past is mine. Your records cannot be hidden from a team of well-chosen private eyes. This is my jungle, and you will find that it much denser than the one on the island. Madness knows no bound in this jungle.